No, you don't have to check your sound. Everything is right. It's a very unusual episode, you guys. The first in a series. Let me know if you like it. A lot of work went into this. Animated by that talented fellow YouTuber, Vov Vovson. Talented Galafam member and writer Jensa wrote the story, and yours truly, I will be narrating it. Please, you guys, if you like this, leave a like and a comment on the video, and we will continue this series. It is a lot of fun, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. Here we go. Settle in for the story of the Barbarian King. Part 1. Our story begins with a simple villager stretching her arms and covering a yawn. The dusky twilight of the village always seemed to keep her in a constant state of drowsiness. She considered lying down for a nap, but as many of her fellow villagers were already asleep on the job, she decided to refocus on the task at hand. Trimming grass was mind-numbing and certainly didn't help her stay awake, but it was necessary. The master builder was extremely picky about the grass. He would only allow it to grow around the tattered old statue of the barbarian, and then only precisely 25 patches. If it started to spring up anywhere else, it had to be instantly trimmed down. "Why 25?" she muttered as she did every single day. They all wondered, but no one ever had actually the nerve to ask. The master builder acted as if it was the most normal, natural thing in the world. He was almost casual about it, unless a 26th patch began to grow. She had recently heard a rumor going around that the master builder was going to use some of the wealth from the newly constructed gem mine to purchase a second statue. Millie wondered if maybe they'd be allowed to let the grass spread a little when the second statue was brought in. She hoped so. The villager was brought out of her wandering thoughts by the sound of a happily whistled tune slowly growing louder from the nearby pine grove. Instantly, all of the other workers were suddenly up from their naps and pretending to be at work. She turned her head just in time to see the master builder emerge from the trees. He paused for a moment to look over his precious grass, and Millie could almost see his thoughts as he mentally counted the patches of grass around the statue. Finished, he smiled and waved, and the villagers rose from their work to greet him and see if he had any new instructions for them. "Great work, everyone," he said. "The grass looks wonderful, though I'm starting to feel it's a bit boring just growing in squares around the statue. Maybe we should start shaping it. There's a lot of nice designs we could make with 25 patches." His eyes glazed slightly as he imagined a few options. Then he shook himself back to the present. "Anyway, I'm heading over to the chief's village. My old friend, the Barbarian King, has heard about my double cannon design, and he convinced the chief that I should convert one of his regular cannons to a double cannon. I'm going to be over there for about a week to gear it up for him. I'll need one of you to come with me and help carry and organize the supplies and such." Millie felt her heart race. Bored to tears with her routine, a trip to the chief's village would be incredible. A few days in the bright sunlight and the chance to do some different work sounded like heaven. She wiped the dirt and grass from her hands, gave a happy clap, and raised her arm to volunteer. Looking around, she realized she was the only one. Everyone else seemed more interested in getting back to their naps than going on the most amazing opportunity of an adventure ever. The master builder beckoned to her as he turned away and began walking towards the docks. Millie grabbed her gardening tools and hurried to follow. She could see the boat in the distance and realized it was already filled with the building materials and other supplies. As usual, the master builder had everything in order. Millie hopped in the boat and braced herself for the adventure of a lifetime. As they settled into the boat and pulled into the open sea, the master builder began to speak. "We have a long boat ride ahead of us, Millie. I've tried to make it as comfortable as possible, but the hours do tend to drag by. Would you like to hear the story of how my old friend became the king of the barbarians? I bet you didn't even know. He was born just an ordinary villager." Millie was still feeling a bit odd being in such close quarters with the master builder, so she just quietly murmured that she would love to hear it. The master builder made a slight adjustment to the rudder, settled back, and began to tell his tale. And that is it for part 1, you guys. Again, leave a like and a comment down below if you guys want the story to continue, if you want to see what happens next, and stick around for a special message from Vov himself.
I'm just going to say it one time. Hey, Mom!